able to close the gap like Centaur is the one with ulti that can get multiple heroes on top of you. So I want to see what his item build is going to be. Panel talked about how this might be Exort type of an evoker, and he already has Sunstrike, because you can also have like a bit of a global presence, the early charges coming up from the Spirit Breaker. It's not a guaranteed stun. If you bash him one more time, then the whole combo is not that great. So you need to save those bashers for later stages of the game.
Would you like this little starting stuff from Mastery? I mean, excuse me if I've been missing this on other offlane Centaurs, but going with the double ring of protection to start off the lane.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. He's playing against Abba and Wraith King.
Yeah.
So some right clicks. I think he overdone it with the one extra.
Sure.
It's been...
You're more what of a gauntlet man, or...
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Maybe, you know, he's Lord of the Rings. Look at how many rings he has. Yeah. It's been 20th anniversary a couple of days ago. So he's cosplaying.
We will have that. Quick attempt around the bounties. 3 of them going the way of CHILLAX to start things off.
Not even trying right now, and I'm lagging.
So yeah, we'll see what the lane's set up. And yeah, it's gonna help against the punch the Wraith in the lane. We'll see how tanky it does make him feel in that laning stage against those two down there. Elsewhere, not too many surprises. Stormer in the mid against MTD on the Invoker puck, and then top lane, Taomi will be supporting that off lane Jakiro played by Toby. Into the face of Pleb Slark and Lodine's Bane.
Off-lane Jakiro. Every single time I see that hero, like team just completely loses. I don't know. I don't know if it's the hero, if it's the team, but it might have something to do with it. Like early on, Slark is not gonna have a good time. Like when you think about it, playing into Jakiro, the slows, Liquid Fire. Yeah, you can Dark Pack that off, but you're also using losing your own HP. So it's not gonna be the easiest lane for them. And Spirit Breaker starting with the bash. A lot of regen on him. Healing Salve, Tango, Magic Stick, so that means that he will be harassing them a lot, and he's ready to trade with Bane. He's also one of the heroes that can, like same goes for Kunkka, where you can lose all your HP, use the X mark, he TPs back, comes back in the lane with the charge, so it doesn't lose anything, pretty much. But yeah, I'm a bit worried about this top lane, because right now, Entity, they're putting a ton of pressure on Bane. Look at CHILLAX, Lodin, actually, dropping very low, but using Healing Salve already.
Yeah, so no, Toby and Katami really putting on the pressure. Well, it's not going to be an easy start. See how well Pleb can keep us cool, and Lodin doing his best not to feed to the aggression of Entity up here. Yeah, stepped up a bit. They are level 2, but not quite able to find a chance to go on Lodin still. Lodin still keeping it fine. And as we're seeing now, they'll actually poke on towards Pleb.
Yeah, you don't need to kill in this lane. What they want to do every single time, pretty much, the charge is up, try to use a lot of their regen. Bane, something that you don't want to do, use Healing Salve on yourself, so you need to bring some extra regeneration to the top lane, and being able to get the kill threat. Oh, the bash.
I mean, if they ever get a second one of those, just there.
Yeah, they're definitely going to get the kill here on the top lane. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be first blood, but judging how other lanes are going, I don't expect mid lane to die, nor bottom. So for our observer, if you do not want to miss the first blood, watch the top lane.
I think so. Yeah, no one's dying down here. No one's dying mid unless someone makes a huge mistake. It's got to be this top lane, because it is a spooky lane for CHILLAX, and Pleb, he's not getting the chance to hit the creeps. He's not going to be having much fun at all. He's got to keep his cool though. As soon as you start, you feed one life away on that top lane, that lane's just going to snowball out of control for Dire. And Pleb's going to have to start looking towards the jungle pretty early if they let Lodin or Pleb himself go down. Lodin, look, he doesn't get bashed there. One bash could, at this point, be enough to set up the aggression. I mean,
yeah, if he bashed him there,
they
would have go for sure. They had charge ready, even with the stick and fairy fire would be enough stun strike.
That would have been quite a little nice one if they took the salve off, but not quite able to get him. Pleb being smart, making sure that he's always on the move. Yeah. I mean, honestly, so Stormer, he is going to go Quas Exort.
It seems like it. The thing about the Quas Exort is you need to get... Oh, top lane, I'll hold that thought.
It's risky. I mean, Pleb's trying to go, but that's the problem with Slark early on. If You got to take these risks, but very hard to pay them off. He's going to go back in, and it will work. Pleb, very nice.
Oh, nice jukes.
I mean, yeah, not going to be able to get back in onto Katami, but, well, Pleb's going to be very, very chuffed with that one. Nice little jukes around the trees, getting back in, getting the hit, getting that perma-agi.
That's what it's all about, that perma-agi.
Oh,
I know everyone wants to see that early on, you know, get that +1. Charge, Sunstrike, not even needed.
Katami says, that's mine. RNG comes in for him, the bash does the job. All right, well, yeah, Pleb, he won't be too fussed. He was low HP anyway. You know, he got the kill, he got some agi. He's like, you know what, I want to reset anyway, so he'll take the reset. Still, may have got the kill, but as we're seeing, not getting the chance to farm at all on this top lane. There's no creeps really.
Yeah, he has 7 CS, but he's got the first blood, so something's for him. Tough lane, but at least he got the first blood. Meanwhile, on the mid lane, Invoker, it's not Quas. Vex Invoker, so that means you need to bring some extra regen because you don't have those points in Quas early on. And also, he used 2 Sunstrikes, didn't get anything out of that. That's 350 mana, which your laning stage, which means your laning stage is not going to be the greatest. So didn't like whenever you use Sunstrike, you want to get a kill.
Yeah, that's just huge portion of your mana early on, absolutely. So a little unfortunate for him that Katami did actually get that bash top. Bottom lane. See CHILLAX trying for some setup onto Crystallis. Will turn with the stun onto MNT. Stop any further poisons coming out. Fishman has got a shield available, so heavy bit of damage blocked. So Crystallis, of course, unlike Pleb up top, Crystallis is having a fine time bottom. Farming very, very nicely. And top lane, things aren't really going to get any easier for Pleb now. I mean, once he has the 6, he'll be able to sustain, but until that point, it's not going to be fun times at all up top. I'll get the setup with the Sunstrike onto loading. And Katami, he's going to stay on top of this. Nightmare is at the ready though, and loading still being prepared with regen house salve. So
this time around, they did not go for another hit from Spirit Breaker just in case there is a bash.
That's true.
So it's better not to use it. Another charge top.
Oh, and he's already pounced. He has got a Dark Pact and TP coming in. So Entity not pushing it too far. I mean, they know that they can also relax it. Toby's getting good XP. So able to hit that 6 soon, especially if he gets it before Pleb's got the Shadow Dance. That lane's going to become completely unplayable for Slark.
Look at all these beefy heroes on bottom. Like, it's almost impossible to get a kill there. Like, once Raid King gets his armlet, but top lane's the lane to watch.
Yeah.
Because Centaur, once he picks up the Vanguard, which he already did, like, he's not dying, especially with Shadow Demon possibly using Disruption, and also Raid King once he finishes the armlet. It's going to be very hard to kill people in this game, so we might see these prolonged team fights being reset multiple times. How's our boy Jakiro doing? 29 CS, 2 nullies. Oh, maxing out the Liquid Fire, wants to get a bit more early pressure, especially on the towers.
Yeah, I guess, you know, he knows that once he's forced Pleb out the lane, it's unlikely that CHILLAX is really going to put anyone up here, so they'll be able to take the tower quickly.
Radiant, they know something is up.
Yeah, and instantly you're going to have TP backup coming in from Entity to make sure they've got the numbers. They'll set up with the coil. That's Fishman. He'll try and do his best to keep his Spirit Breaker alive. Has he got anything else? He might not just need it. The movement speed is there. They'll use the Stampede to close in onto Katami. He goes down. Pleb, he'll be saved for now, but as he comes back out, he's not quite the 6, so he's got no way to get away from Fishman and Toby.
Fishman killing a fish there, huh?
Absolutely.
Good rotation. The scan connected, so they knew something is up. Fishman TPs to the top lane immediately, snaps the coil, immediate aphotic shield, but still not enough. Did Slark get? Yeah, he got another perma agi.
Oh, yeah. Some sort of fortune for him. But still not an easy time. He's going to TP back top. Charge from the base is going to be heading his way. He's 1 creep away from the 6. He's got it now, so Pleb a little less at risk. So they do still have a fair bit of damage to lay down on the ground. Of course, Toby being the 6, that macro part.
Now he knows. He's being out. The thing about playing Slark against Spirit Breaker is, well, you don't know if they have a ward or if you're being charged right now. So a lot of centers, I think, will get wasted. Because you're like, oh, there's a ward. I'm gonna ping it. Team, please de-ward. Him being level 6 should be okay. Let's see if they want to commit. Not really. There is No Ice Path on Jakiros, they can't follow it up. Potentially with the Sunstrike, they might have enough damage, but they also need like another set of stuns, but a bit more damage. And also Disruption, like casual Disruption, the saving one, could be a good setup for Ice Path, which is always going to be good, and Sunstrike as well.
Oh, let's see MNT, and they'll drop the ults down on him. MNT, he's not going to be able to get out of this, and loading as well. Looks to be in trouble as Fishman and Toby chase him down. Stampede comes out, and is actually going to get loading off to the side. He can salve up. Now Pleb's gone back in. It takes out Fishman. That's over the walls, Katami. See if he can stick around for this. He's building up the stacks. They try for a charge out, but loading's in with the brain sap. Finishes off the kill. There's CHILLAX, you know, despite this huge amount of pressure that Entity are putting up top. They're holding on and getting Pleb some early action here. Another permanent stack to the Agi.
Most importantly, Slark did not die there, and also he like got a couple of levels from it. One level. Dark Pact is now maxed out. Has that Falcon Blade, so extra mana, a bit of more tankiness, and now he can start jungling. There are some stacks being made. He's even stacking for himself.
And we saw there on the rune count quite a difference. 8 runes being picked up by CHILLAX. So definitely, oh, Sunstrike! Oh, nice dodge, MTD. He knows it's coming, quick jumps to the orb, keeps him safe. Mid lane, they'll dive in upon MNT. But now the Shadow Demon, MTD can't get back in on this, but he can try and push the wave out. Continue to hold his tower against the 3 of Entity that have turned up. And it is, you know, the Centaur's going to be huge this game. It's getting a completely free time down bottom now, especially with the supports of Entity Gaming focusing around mid. You see level 9 mastery.
I think they need to pick up Blink Dagger before he finishes the Hood. One of the reasons why he's saving gold, to be able to be more active.
Yeah.
Because right now, Shadow Demon, Bane, they're both under-leveled, not level 6, and you kind of need level 6 to get kills with these heroes. So the only one who can play active is pretty much Puck, and Puck is really low on mana, so every single time the coil is down, you can't really do much. I think it's also a problem when you don't play against Exort Invoker, you forgot how much damage the Forge Spirits actually do.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of physical with that armor reduction. The Mastery's got his eyes around mid. They've got TPs coming in as well. And we'll see Mastery, but of course Entity at this stage, they can't really go on the Centaur unless they pop everything. They're going to try. They do get the knockback into the Macropire. Oh, yeah. Bash as well. Mastery is starting to fall down. He's going to try for the TP out, but he actually ends up dying to the fire of Toby. As he goes down, Dreamcore dropped as they'll move in underneath the tower, trying to find some more. Little Pleb's in, but a quick pushback from the Deafening Blast will stop him only momentarily, though. Pleb still able to find the last hit in onto Fishman. They get the kills. I mean, sure, they lose the Centaur at the front of it all, but CHILLAX finding these great fights around him.
That was fun to watch. Centaur going in multiple times, trying to get a stun, but gets pushed back by a Spirit Breaker every single time. I think he got bashed like 3 times there.
Oh, he did.
And also great Fiend's Grip from Bane. He understood once that Aphotic Shield is used, and it was level 3 at the time, so 8-second cooldown, I can still get the full duration grip off. So nicely done there.
All right, good Macropire from Toby, still laying it down, so
let's check Mastery. Bash. And he's trying to get close.
Oh.
Gets bashed again.
Oh,
bashed again.
And then he's like, oh, that's it, I'm out of here. And then he just dies because of the overwhelming damage over time that was laid down. And yeah, Pleb gets in, I believe gets himself a couple more stacks on the permanent Agi. And of course gets out as well. So he's still going to be on the road to recovery after not an easy laning stage. It's definitely showing here. He's making his way towards that defusal after the Falcon Blade. Loading with the setup. I mean, Pleb could definitely go in and start getting some stacks. I'm sure Borrowed Time's at the ready. Pleb, he is going to be cautious on going in on this. Respects the fact that Toby's there with a Macropire waiting.
Doesn't see Spirit Breaker. He was playing off the map, so just in case he's being charged, he overcommits. It's really not worth it if he trades a kill there for position 5. And he's getting very close to the Defusal Blade, which is going to be a big timing for CHILLAX.
Yep. See bottom. See if they've got enough control. Oh, into the charge. Stampede's out. Oh, that bash will do it there, Katami. He's having a great time with those, and they know how frustrating it's going to be playing against that sort of RNG. Sending the tips out towards MTD. See top. Make the go onto the Jakiro. Toby protected. Actually, a little bit of time there by loading kind of worked in his favor. Pleb, he's going to continue to try and fight on, but
be careful.
He's fighting in that Macropie does so much damage. He's ticking down low. Will survive as he gets back out of vision up to the high ground. As the turnaround is in play. CHILLAX, they have MNT turning up with Lodine, or maybe not. Fishman's got the borrowed time with ready. And now it's Entity, they're bringing everyone up. We've got 4 people from Entity coming up to ensure that the turnaround for CHILLAX is not successful as Entity get the overall cleanup. A couple more kills picked up there by the Cause. Skeleton's going for Roche, but the rest of the team, they don't have an interest in this.
Here's your Christmas present. Roshan just beating up the Skellies. Slark, they're not respecting the damage coming out from Macropire, because the way Toby moved, he was just sitting inside Macropire, moving around, dealing some damage, and also a Photic Shield on top of him. Like, Slark needs to be careful pre-BKB. Even if he decides to go for a BKB, it might be necessary to get a BKB, but he might also go for SNY or Linken's as his next item, considering how Linken's was popular. Every single time I see Spirit Breaker in any of the either high level games or just tournament games, DPC or non-DPC, we had Dota Pit, Linken's Sphere is a must-have item. You do not want to get charged.
Bottom. I want to try and make moves here. Mastery. Well, he's going to get gone upon, and they are going to be able to tear through him pretty easily. The Stampede comes out, but it won't save him. So TP quickly towards the top lane, look for a counter play, but Pleb, he gets left down bottom. Tips are going to get thrown out his way. They might have got Toby on the Jakiro, but also losing Pleb down on the bottom side of things, and he was making good progress, had the diffusal, wanted to turn up, but with the speed the Mastery went down, there was no fight to be had down there for CHILLAX, especially with the fact they were looking to make moves elsewhere up top. Over in the river, charge over from Katami, but not enough control. Lodine's able to step away.
That one move from Centaur when he decided to join mid and die kind of killed his own game. There's still a tier 1 tower on the bottom. Centaur kills that tower pretty easily, considering how quickly you become so tanky. They can't kill you, you just stand there and hit the tower. So a couple of chain reactions to what he made a move on a mid lane, and then just a bad overall chain of events that happened after. Sleep.
So if they dive in for him, I mean they don't want to use the coil for Fishman, holding it on for bigger things. That's done on Chrysalis, and yeah, we'll see now Mastery if he's able to sort of get things back in order and back in the right trajectory for CHILLAX as he's come back on the map. He's got the Blink Dagger picked up now. So we'll see what he can make happen. Bottom, Pleb, taking a big hit from the Sunstrike.
He's not tanky. That's what we talked about. He can't just stand and fight against Wraith King, especially because Wraith King has a full Deso and Armlet. He's insanely farmed right now.
So if they can kill him off, they have got the burner, the Diffusal, not enough to bring him down below Reincarnation Mana, though, as he'll still have a second life. Charge over. Chrysalis takes out the Bane in a couple of hits. He heads over towards MNT. Disruption will be used to hold back the Wraith King. Chrysalis, he's happy to turn for the bigger targets. Looks over towards Mastery. Mastery's trying to step away, but with the Deso, it hurts. Charge over as well. Mastery gets bashed and critted up by Chrysalis as they're struggling to deal now with this Wraith King and Breaker. Quick TP in the trees will save MTD. They did get Stormer. We're seeing in these fights, though, things starting to look a little spooky around the Wraith King. After this, already halfway towards the Blink Dagger on top of the Armlet Deso.
I think they needed one extra hit on Wraith King to burn his mana.
They did, yeah, it was close.
It's just one of those things where if you manage to do it, you're probably gonna win a fight. But if he gets the reincarnation off, especially with Abba sitting behind him, taking care of him so he can't get stunned, it's gonna be real hard.
I think he literally had 108 mana. I don't know if we're going to get the replay, but when I was watching the mana bar, it was 180, and I just saw now, as to jog my memory, that it cost 180. I think he went down to 180. Well, we'll see. Check out the mana bar.
220.
Look. I mean, it got to 200, but that was close. And you're absolutely right.
Because I saw him.
Yeah, it was so close.
Being at 20 mana.
Yeah. Living on the edge there, Chrysalis. But he does live. Comes back to tail the tail. 1700 onto the Blink. Yeah, he's going to have the Blink Dagger for the next fight. I mean, at that point, the supports of CHILLAX have got to be very aware. We're going to have to see some quick disruptions, quick control from the Bane with the Nightmare. See, up on the high ground, I found Katami in a bit of the wrong position. There we have the hits. The Sunstrike down. That's loading gone. CHILLAX, he's going to be happy to try and help fight around Stormstormer. Stormstormer has been coiled. Who's stomp in? Another ball from MTD will finish up the job, take him down. See if they can do more. MTD still trying for this. He wants to try and find something more. He's had a pretty good fight so far.
Arcane Rune.
Yeah, he's going for this. See if he can get these two. Oh, my goodness. He might have to bail out now, though. Macropyre's been laid down. It will catch him, but the phase shift's ready. He'll live. Time has been bought for MNT Mastery to come in. Go on to CHILLAX. Did he just walk back into the Macropyre? Oh, no. He was having such a good time dancing around.
Well, thank you for the goal. How much gold he got? 600 gold from it.
And he just stepped back into the Macropyre and it killed him. Oh, that's going to hurt for MTD. That's not going to feel good. And now, well, Pleb, he's dead as well. I mean, that was going so well for CHILLAX. They were taking the fight. He was going in with the Arcane. He was on top of the world, and then he steps back in the fire.
At least they're keeping the game interesting. Yeah. That Arcane Rune on Puck allows you to play so aggressively, having the phase shift used multiple times. They can't really stun you. You can dodge pretty much everything because they don't have like that instant stun. And now straight into Roche Pit. They overextended. Oh, man, Slark, he was thinking about, like, what do I need? Do I need BKB? I'm not
we're going to see it.
Well, of course we're going to see it.
Of course. He's all fine.
He's all fine.
All he needs to do is not step back in the fire. And what does he do? Bless him. He steps back in the fire.
Professional e-gamers. Look at this. He tried to silence the illusions.
I mean, see, MNT was trying to block him. He was like, no.
No, please don't go in.
Don't go into the fire. What do we got back?
It happens. Stuff like this happens.
Yeah, it does.
Not in professional matches, but they do happen.
But it hurts because you can feel it. Suddenly everything's sort of falling apart for CHILLAX. It was close. They were punching back. And now there's an Aegis on this Wraith King, CHILLAX. It's looking terrifying. And yeah, they've got to get themselves back together. Oh no, and they've found the puck. It's got to hurt. Things are going downhill rapidly, it feels, for CHILLAX, very suddenly.
Aegis on Wraith King. I don't know how you kill this guy. Maybe they could have give it to Invoker, because Invoker still dies pre-BKB. Once there is a BKB, you can just leave the Dream Coil, which is probably your biggest threat right now. Stormstormer chasing. They have vision.
Going for Mastering with this Exo Invoker. And hit pretty nicely. Good bounce back into the Sunstrike. Great control for Stormstormer. No TP out for you,
very
Mastering.
close. Almost TP'd out.
Almost.
Needed like 3 seconds, but very close.
Yeah.
Spiritbreaker done some amazing job this game. I don't know if it's the player, if it's the RNG or the hero or what happened there, but he was all over the place, getting some early bashes. Slark.
Oh, easy courier.
Get the courier. You don't get extra agi from that. Maybe that should be added into the game. Position for Slark, killing couriers. Boots of speed, level 1.
Oh, CHILLAX, they're just getting run at now. They're getting completely run at. And it does feel they've just lost all control. It's just all over the place now, and Entity is just there. They're reveling on this. Yeah.
And then it just starts falling apart. Wraith King too big. 2 supports, they can't play Dota. Centaur is not tanky enough. Like, his armor is 9 with phase boots, so that's really not good enough against Wraith King. It's very hard to like play into this farm Wraith King. What does he have queued up? Abyssal Blade. Okay.
All right. I like it. Bit of extra control against the puck, against the Slark.
You don't need to control Puck. Puck controls himself.
I guess.
We've seen it. And now with Aghanim Scepter done on Jakiro, the ulti lasts for another 20 seconds. So Puck and the crew, they need to be careful about it.
Oh, talking about Puck, MTD, he's having a rough one now. Getting caught out in the bottom lane. He's not going to be here for this high ground defense. Mastery trying to draw their attention away from the buildings. And Pleb, he's going to come in, try and start things off, having to use the Shadow Dance early. Toby's going to try and get back, play around in the Macropyre. They do chase him into it. Taking a lot of damage though. Lodi tries to turn with a Fiend's Grip. Not going to happen. He'll die. Pleb having to run. CHILLAX in with a quick crit as he's out of the game.
I think they might call it. They lose this Centaur. There's the buyback from Bane. Sunstrike. He's still toggling.
And Chrysalis just sort of ignoring Mastery. He's now going to go
Doglin.
The outplays, the outclass is now coming in from Entity. And it's not going to be feeling good at all for CHILLAX.
That was stopped here. Armlet toggling. Doesn't matter. He still has Aegis and ulti. But still, nicely done. Slark is back in 10 seconds. Shadow Demon.
Oh. All right, calm down, Crystalis. He's turning godlike here. 9-0-7. He's had a pretty solid one on the Wraith King here. Very impressive. Top racks. It's all gone. They will play on CHILLAX, see if they can sort of bring together one final team fight, potentially to try and stop Entity. See if they can bring it together. Give it one last shot.
Where's the defense? Defense.
Let's see.
30 seconds until SD.
And Entity, they're getting it under the tier 4s. Coil comes out. Can they kill him once? They'll be able to pop him the once. He's got Reincarnation back up in a couple of seconds, though. With that just being the Aegis. Bottom lane, Pleb. It's being followed here by Katami. And they will back off. They'll back off now with the 5. Oh, well, actually, Crystalis wants to go back in. It's a bit of a fake back here. Stepping out of the base, instantly jumps back as soon as CHILLAX step out. Pleb trying to go for Toby on the back lines, but he has to run. Shadow Dance being used to just get him out of here. As Entity, they may very well just chase up after it comes to an end. They do. Crystalis up to the high ground. Ice Path catches onto Pleb. Disruption will stop Crystalis from chasing Pleb for now, but he'll happily turn his attention over towards MNT. Takes down the Shadow Demon. And MTD, he won't be able to draw them away from the base for too long. There's Entity, they'll surround him, leaving very little places to go. And in fact, they know exactly where he will appear. Up on the high ground, they take him down. 31-14, 19k, 25 minutes in. I don't know if we can have a look at the net worth graph, but this game blew open pretty suddenly.
Yeah, we know the exact moment when it blew up. When Puck decided to overchase, stand in Macropire, then Slark goes in, dies, and the rest of the team just crumbles. A lot of
that was a big
deaths after that. I felt like they could feel in that moment that the game kind of slipped off, and now Wraith King, like pretty dominant performance from Wraith King on Crystalis, 0 deaths